welcome to all. This is Tanu Gupta from Akgec Engineering College from IT department. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic in data analytics, that is a priori algorithm. First, we understand what is an item set and frequent item set. A priori algorithm is basically used to generate a frequent item set from a large number of data set. So first we understand what is item set, and then comes toward the frequent item set. Then we are going toward the steps of an a priori algorithm that is used to count the frequent number of item set. So yes, item is a individual item, or we can say a single item or a individual item. A set of item together is called a item set. So what is item set? A set of item that together is called a item set. We denote a item like this. It's a individual item, and we denote a item set in a priori algorithm is like this. A, B, C. This is called an item set, and this one is a item. A set of item together, because in this there are two or more items, so it is called an item set. If any item set has k item, it is called a k item set. In this there is a single item, it is called one item set. In this there are three items, three individual items, this is called a three item set. When another item set have two items, it is called a two item set. So this one is a one item set, this one is a three item set, and the third one is a two item set. An item consists of two or more items. An item set that occur frequently is called a frequent item set. An item set that occur frequently in our database is called a frequent item set. Or we can say a frequent item set is a set of items that occur frequently in the data set. So set of item, what is item set? Item set is a set of items. And if any item has k item, and it is called a k item set. And what is frequent item set? Frequent item set is a set of items that occur frequently in a data set. If we have a large number of transactions, or we can say our database, if we have 10 number of transactions, and in which there are A and B is a item set which occur frequently in all 10 database, or we can see in a 3 or 4 database. So A or B is a frequent item set, and a priori algorithm is used to evaluate or it is used to find out the frequent item set from a large number of database. Thus the frequent item set mining is our data mining technique to identify the items that often occurs together. So frequent item set mining is a data mining technique which is used to find out the frequent item set together. For example, bread and butter, laptop, and antivirus software. For example, the frequent item set, it could be when a customer purchase a bread. So there could be a chances then that particular customer will also purchase a butter, or we can say a jam, the combination of bread and butter, bread and jam, like so on. And another one is when we are purchasing a laptop, then we also purchase also a antivirus, and a charger is also included in this, and a webcam or a headphone and other accessories including the laptop. So these are the frequent items that are frequently used together. So our task in a priori algorithm to find out these frequent item set using the a priori algorithm. Yes, a set of items is called frequent if it is satisfy a minimum threshold value for the support and confidence. A set of item is called frequent, and we also understand what is frequent item set. But a item set or a set of item is called frequent item set if it is satisfy a minimum threshold value. That could be given in your question for the support and confidence. For the support and confidence, there should be a minimum threshold value where each frequent item set must also satisfy these minimum value. For a frequent item set methods, we consider only those transactions who meet the minimum support threshold and confidence requirement. In a frequent item set mining algorithm, just like a priori algorithm and F growth algorithm, which we are going to illustrate or explain in our next slide, only they consider only those transactions or considering into those transactions which meet the minimum threshold value for the support and confidence. Now we understand what is support and confidence, how we can evaluate the support and confidence value for the given data set. Support. Now support refer to the relative frequency of an item set in our data set. So what is support? Support refers to a relative frequency, means when the support count, or we can say a frequency, a number of time elements, or we can say a item, or we can say a individual product appears in the data set. So support refer to the relative frequency, a number of time, a individual item to be appear in the database. So that is the value of support or support count. It is used to identify the frequent item set in a database, which can be used to generate the association rule. And this support is used to generate the association rule. Now, confidence. Now, what is confidence, which an a priori algorithm is used to find out the minimum or we can say association rules. So, what is confidence? Confidence is a measure that indicates how likely it is that the item Y will appear in a transaction given that the item X is already in the transaction. If we have a product X in one individual transaction, then how likely it is possible that the item Y will appear in that same transaction. So this is a value of confidence. Means, for example, if what is the chances of butter be available in a particular transaction when the bread is already available in that transaction. So confidence is a measure that indicate how likely, that is the item, we can say butter will appear in a transaction given that bread is already in the transaction. So this is a value of confidence. So formula to find out the value of confidence, it is denoted by X tends to Y. This denote a association rule. Means, what are the chances that a item Y will appear in a transaction given that X is already in that transaction. So how we find out the confidence? X tends to Y is equal to support of X union Y, the frequency count of X and Y, divided by the support of X, the value that is in the left of the confidence. So yes, in the a priori algorithm, first we generate a frequent item set, and a frequent item set is an item that satisfy a minimum support threshold value for the support and confidence. And what is support? Support refers to the relative frequency of an item set in the data set. And confidence is that how likely an item Y will appear in a transaction given that an item X is already in the transaction. So yes, support. How we calculate the value of support? For example, in general, the support of an item set can be calculated by using the following formula. Support of X, number of transaction containing X divide by total number of transaction. For example, if we have 1000 number of transaction and from that an item or an item set can appear only in 100 transaction. If we have total 1000 number of transaction and in the 1000 transaction only 100 transaction is this in which the item X will appear. Okay, so how we calculate the support of X? Number of transaction containing X 100 divide by total number of transaction, that is 10%. So what do you understand by the value of support 10%? Yes, the support of an item set like milk and bread, or we can X item, is 10%. This means that 10% of the transaction, 10% of the transaction, total transaction, that is 1000. The item milk and bread, or we can say an item X, were both purchased together. Are you getting my point or not? If there are 1000 number of transaction, then in this a 10% of transaction is that in which the item, or we can say a item set milk and bread, are both purchased. Okay. So now what is the formula, or how we can calculate the value of an confidence? Confidence, as we show, X tends to Y is equal to number of transaction containing X and Y divide by a number of transaction containing X, or we can say a support of X union Y divided by support of X. If a customer buy milk, they will also buy a bread. Okay, so if we have number of transaction containing milk and bread 100 and a number of transaction containing only milk, that is 200, then the value of the confidence is 50%. So what is the, if the value of confidence is 50% for an item set, so what does that mean? The confidence of the rule is that if a customer buy a milk, then they will also buy a bread, is 50%. What I am going to say, that if a customer buy a milk, then there is a 50% chances that the customer will also buy a bread. Okay, this means that 50% of transaction where milk was purchased, bread was also purchased. Okay, so there are 50% in overall transactions, a number of transaction that containing X, in which the milk was, or we can say a bread was also purchased. Now come to what the at this point we understand the basic concept or basic terminologies are used in a priori algorithm. Now mining frequent item set. So how we mine, or how we generate a frequent item set using a association rule mining via a priori algorithm. So the goal of association rule mining is to identify the relationship between item in a data set that occur frequently. The item that are frequently occur is used to find the association rule to identify the relationship between that item. So yes, association rule mining algorithms such as a priori or FB growth are used to find out the frequent item set and also generate the rules. Now let's discuss about the a priori algorithm. So yes, a priori algorithm is a sequence of a step to be followed to find the most frequent item set in a given database. So a priori algorithm is used to find the most frequent item sets used in a given database. The data mining technique follow the join and prune step. In the a priori algorithm, there are join and prune step, in which we join one item set, two item set and three item set, and after that we prune or we eliminate those item set which are not going to satisfy a minimum threshold value. A minimum support threshold value is given in the problem, or it can be, it is assumed by the user. So now understand the example to elaborate the concept of a priori algorithm through an example. So we have total 9 number of transaction, which is denoted by a TID, transaction ID. T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9. These are the item set. A, B, it can be an alphabet, A and B, it could be a number, it could be a product name, milk, butter, laptop, and another one also. In our example, it could be a alphabets. A and B represent to an individual product. So in transaction T1, there are two product is purchased, A and B. In another transaction T2, B and D product will purchase. In another transaction T3, B and C, which are different product or individual product, purchase. T4, A, B, D. Given that minimum support value is 2 and minimum confidence is 50%. So what is the first step to generate a frequent item set? The item set that are frequently used in our database by using a priori algorithm. So this is a question. We have 9 transactions. In each transaction, a specified number of products are given. In transaction T1, A and B purchase. In transaction T, B and D purchase. Now first step. Step 1. Calculating C1 and L1. So what is C1 and L1? Yes. C1 is a candidate set table. In the first step, we will create a table that contains support count of each item in a given data set. This is called a candidate set, or we can say a C1. So in the first step, what we calculate the frequency of each item. We have a number of items like A, B, C, D, E. We have total 5 number of items A, B, C, D, E. Now first step is to generate a candidate set table, that is 1. And in front of these, we calculate the support count, or we can say a frequency of each item set. Means how many times a item A will appear in all the database. So the frequency of the item set A will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the support count, or we can say a frequency for the item A would be a 6. For the item set B, for the item B, the support count will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the support count is 7. For the item set C, the support count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yes, the support count is 6. For the D, the support count is 2, and for the E, support count is 1. So this is a table which we denote by C1, or a candidate set 1 for 1 item set. Now next step. Now we will take out the item set that have a greater support count than the minimum support 2. In the question, we have given a minimum support count, that is 2. So the items which have a less than minimum support count of 2, we will prune that item in this step. Since all the item set have greater or equal to the support count except E, so item set E will be removed. So A has a support count 6, B has a support count 7, C 5, D 6. E as a less support count, minimum support count, that is 1, which is less than a minimum support count that is given in your question, that is 2. So we eliminate item set C. This is called a frequent item set for a 1 case item set. This is a step 1 in the a priori algorithm, in which we generate a 1 item set, all the individual item, and then generate a support count for this, and in this step which has a minimum support count less than 2, we eliminate those item set which has a minimum support count 2. So in this we eliminate E. So we have A, B, C, D. Now we have A, B, C, D item set and which have a support count 6, 7, 5, 2. So this is our first step in the a priori algorithm. Now step 2, candidate generation C2 and L2. In the first step, we generate a 1 item set. In the second step, we generate a 2 item set. Means the items in pair. So how can we generate a pair? Like AB, AC, AD, BC, BD, CD. We eliminate those pair which are in a repetitive condition. So these are the final item set AB, AC, AD, BC, BD, CD. Now as in the first step, we generate the support count for the following item set. So how we can calculate the support count? For the AB, the item set A and B which are used together. AB 1, there is a B but A product is not included. So we are not going to count this. AB, AB 2, AB 3, AB 4. So what will be the support count for AB? That is 4. As AC, no A hai but there is not C, so we do not count this. AC1, AC2, AC3, AC4. So what will be the support count for this item set A and C? 4. As for the others, as we calculate the support count for the others. Now again the same step as we done in the step 1, we eliminate those item set which has a minimum threshold value 2. We eliminate those item set which has a less than value 2. So in this we eliminate A and D and C and D because it does not satisfy a minimum threshold value, that is 2 in the given question. So after the step 2, in the frequent L2 item set, we have 4 item set. We have 4 item set AB, AC, BC and BD. Now third step. In the third step, we generate first in 1 item set, 2 item set, then 3 item set. Now we make a pair, or we can say among 3 item set. How we can pair? A, B, C. Because A and A common, so we can use only one. A, B, C, A, B, C already counted, A, B, D. Okay. Like BCD, and then as in the first and second step, we calculate the support count for this, that is to 1. And now we eliminate those item set which does not satisfy a minimum threshold value. So this one eliminate, this one eliminate, this one eliminate. Only the item set A, B and C satisfy a minimum threshold value, that is 2. So this is the frequent item set generate using a priori algorithm. So ABC is a frequent item set, means A, B and C are the 3 elements that are frequently used in the database. Now how we can calculate the how we can use the association rule for the for finding out the association rule or the value of confidence. First we have to calculate the frequent item set, which we are already calculated, that is ABC. So for ABC there are 6 association rule. A tends to B union C, B tends to A union C, C tends to A union B. Now A tends to A union B tends to C, and so on, like this one. Okay, support count 2. And how we can calculate the support confidence value? Support A union B union C, as we already discussed the formula of confidence. A union B union C divided by support of which the items that are in the left. So divide by support of A and B. These the value, the support count of A union B union C, and divide by support count of A union B, which we are already calculated in our previous step. So the value would be like this. Now these are the value of confidence, and in the question we have given a confidence which has a value minimum support 50%. So we eliminate those transaction which does not satisfy our minimum threshold value, that is 50%. So this one is eliminate, this one is eliminate, this one is eliminate. Only these three satisfy the minimum threshold value, that is 50%. So as a given threshold of minimum confidence is 50%. So the first three, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one can be considered as a strong association rule for the given problem. So this is our overall concept or our overall a priori algorithm which we are used to find out the frequent item set in data mining. That's it for now. Thank you so much.